On Christmas night, while families gathered around dinner tables and children opened gifts across the Atlantic, explosions lit up the skies over rural northwest Nigeria, the result of an American military strike ordered by the President of the United States. This wasn't a festive fireworks display. It was a warning shot in a conflict that has claimed thousands of lives. On December 25, 2025, President Donald Trump announced that the United States conducted powerful and deadly airstrikes against Islamic State militants in Sokoto State in northwest Nigeria. The strikes, carried out using missiles fired from US assets, hit militant camps believed to be occupied by fighters linked to ISIS. According to the US Africa Command, AFRICOM, the operation was coordinated with Nigerian authorities and resulted in the deaths of multiple ISIS fighters. Both Washington and Abuja described it as a joint effort based on intelligence sharing and security cooperation. But it didn't start here. For years, Nigeria has struggled with a sprawling web of violence, from Boko Haram in the northeast to bandits, criminal militias, and splinter groups across the North and Middle Belt. Christians and Muslims alike have been victims. In recent months, President Trump had been issuing public warnings, framing the crisis as an assault against Christians and threatening to take US military action if Nigeria failed to protect religious minorities. By December, tensions had reached a breaking point. Trump declared Nigeria a country of particular concern under US religious freedom policy, a rare diplomatic rebuke, and publicly directed the Pentagon to prepare for potential strikes. Across Nigeria, the human toll of chronic instability has been devastating. Pastor John Joseph Hayab, a Christian leader in northern Nigeria, spoke of community after community scarred by last year's violence. Meanwhile, families in predominantly Muslim regions mourned worshippers killed in a mosque attack earlier this year. Experts stress that religious identity alone cannot explain the conflict. In communities across the North and Middle Belt, farmers, herders, ethnic groups, and jihadist factions have fought over land, water, and power, blurring the lines between political, economic, and religious motives. This isn't simply a matter of Christians being killed more than Muslims, explained regional analysts. Violence here is driven by multiple overlapping conflicts. Nigeria's own military commanders called the extremists cancerous cells that harm all communities, rejecting any narrative that pits one group against another. They emphasized that long-term peace must be Nigeria's work, not just foreign firepower. As of today, no independent figures have confirmed civilian casualties from the airstrike. US officials have released limited operational details, and Nigeria's government reaffirmed its commitment to protecting all citizens regardless of faith. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, echoing the president's rhetoric, warned that more strikes could follow, signaling that this may be just the beginning of a broader campaign against militant networks. This is a historic moment, the first publicly acknowledged US military strike in Nigeria's northwest. It reveals a shift in American engagement in Africa, a continent where US military footprints have receded in recent years. But critics warn that limited airstrikes alone cannot solve the deep-seated problems. From governance deficits, intercommunal tensions, resource disputes to militancy itself. Without sustained political and economic solutions, analysts say, violence will persist. On a night meant for peace on Earth, the echoes of explosions in Sokoto reminded the world that for millions, war is not distant. It is home. And in those dusty villages and quiet towns, the struggle for security and for humanity itself continues.